Hi, Byron Downs here with The Basics. I'm here with my friend Amy Leigh Cutler, who's going to help me with a project today. We're going to be making these polar bears. Along the way, we're also going to talk to Amy. She actually just got a book published. Congratulations on that.
Thanks so much.
And why don't you go ahead and tell us about that real quick?
Yep, my first book. It's a book of poetry and prose, and the name of it is Orange Juice and Rooftops. So that's my.
And where can you get that?
You can get it right on Amazon.com.
Get a plug in there.
Yeah.
I would. Okay, so what we did is, what we're going to do is these very simple, easy, your kids could do it too, polar bears. If you go onto the website actually, Byron's Basics, there's a template you can download. So from there what we do is we print out the template and then we cut it out into one of these. You could do it any size. Over here we have one, a larger one, and you could do like maybe a cub. From there, go ahead and cut out. From here we've gone ahead, already out and traced it. Now Amy is going to trace hers out using scissors, and what I'm going to do is using an X-Acto knife, and then from there we're going to continue. Now let's see that. Okay, good. Be very careful with an X-Acto knife if you are using it. I have under a cutting board I use for a lot of projects, so just to let you know. So what was the inspiration for your poetry?
Well, this particular book comes from about 2 years of autobiographical poetry and prose. Just kind of my transition, moving to New York and getting readjusted, getting used to life down here, as well as some travels I did in Albania, California, Mexico. Yeah, so there's all sorts of that tied in, and it's quite a personal book. It's also has reflections from an engagement, and just, the book includes, the broken heart, the troubles of moving, and the joy of falling in love with New York City.
Mm-hmm. And where did you move from?
I moved from upstate New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Christmas big up there?
Christmas is, huge up there. My mom actually does a lot of stuff similar to the stuff that you've been doing on your blog. And so she's been keeping me updated every time you put something up that reminds her of something or new ideas.
That means she's not going on all the time. That means you're not. We're going to have a talk about that. So that's very exciting about your book. So are you going on a book tour, or what do we have planned for that?
Yeah, I've got, so far in the works, we've got a release party that's going to be coming up. It's actually kind of innovative way. One of your friends, Amelia, had mentioned this idea of doing something of a subway release party. So that'll be coming up in the next few weeks before the holidays.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Hopefully none of the police hear that on this video. Okay, don't watch YouTube or vlog or after when the party is.
Right.
So what's one of your favorite Christmas moments that you remember, or project that you used to do with your?
Well, Mom always had a way, Mom and Dad both had a way of making Christmas really magical. So I'm from Staten Island, New York, and when we moved upstate, my parents wanted to make sure that we still got to see all of our family every holiday. And so this one particular Christmas I remember, we went to Staten Island, went to my dad's side and then my mom's side and had presents. And my parents had been really clear that year, it was going to be a very small Christmas. The celebration would be done down there. And my parents had actually called friends of theirs and had them go into the house and set up all of the presents my parents had bought and get the fireplace started in the living room. So
this is on Christmas Day?
This was on Christmas night.
Christmas night. Oh, okay.
And so we were driving back in the car all tired, kind of spent from the holiday and expecting to get home to a cold house and, just wind down, and we walked in and everything was decorated and all of the presents, including these great sleighs that my parents had before.
Which people out in LA don't know nothing about. Or on the West Coast or lower West Coast. So, okay guys, so we've gotten ours cut out. How's yours look there?
I think it's alright.
Excellent. So what we're going to do from here is, I did a demo of this first. What you have to make sure, guys, is before you go ahead and start to glitter, you need to make sure you get all the pencil marks out. Unfortunately, the white glitter, any other color, if you do your polar bear, maybe a light blue, maybe like the ribbon over here, you're not going to be able to see it, but because we're using white, we're going to have to make sure we erase it, and our table's very unstable here.
What about you? What were your Christmases like?
Well, my mom's and dad are pretty big on the holidays. Now that I live up in New York, it's once a year that I pretty much go home. They really get into it. It's like the whole house is decorated. They put wreaths on every window, and my mom really goes overboard with it. But it's a great time to get home, and like my sister flies in from the West Coast, and we get together, and it's a lot of Scrabble. A lot of Scrabble, I have to say. Major Scrabble matches. A little fierce. I mean, a little.
Is there
It's always for a prize or who does the dishes, even though you have a dishwasher. But you know, whoever wins usually comes between. We won't say it comes down between because there are big fights. Okay, so once we get this done, what we want to do is we're going to go ahead. Now you could choose to go ahead and put a hole in your ornament before you start, or you can do it after. I prefer to do it in. There's a pros and cons. If you do it now, the glitter is going to get inside, and then it's going to be harder to thread. If you do it after, you can make a clean cut. But if you do it now, which I prefer to do, it's an easy way to hang because we're going to glitter these twice. Okay. So while it's drying the first time, we're going to go ahead and hang that. So what you want to do is you want to take it somewhere in the middle, about right here. There you go. And I'm going to grab a couple pieces of papers to put down. Just move that out of the way. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and glitter this. You know, you want to make sure your paper is really clean, like no from like your erasers or anything, because that will stick here. So from here, what we're going to do is when we get a little dirty. I can actually do this with my fingers, so I'm just going to go ahead. So I'm just going to go ahead, clean off. I still have some, see? I'm just going to go ahead and add a little glue on mine, like this. And then from here, I'm just going to go ahead. And I'm using Mod Podge glue. This is a great glue because it clears. Get the promo there for Mod Podge. It dries clear, which is a great thing if you're using any other colors, but with white, you wouldn't know. Now, you could actually leave a little lumpy, which is sort of cool because of the bear. It gives sort of like a dimension of the bear's fur. So from there, working quickly, what I'm going to do is just go ahead. I have a spoon here full of white glitter, and just lightly cover it. And then I'm actually going to go to the end here because I want to reuse all this glitter. And then might need to do a little more. Then once that's done, I'm going to go to the other side and go ahead. I'm just going to maybe not put it back down because it might get a little glue. And then just add a little more glue on the back side. Rub it in. And I'm just going to hold it, yeah. And then just go ahead and do the back side. Make sure you get all the sides too. Such a good little helper. I'm going to have you on more of these.
This is lots of fun.
Good.
I can't remember the last time I got to get glue all over my fingers.
Kindergarten. With me, that's what I was going to say. With me, it's last week. So, what I'm going to do here is that I'm just going to take another piece of paper and just put it down below, underneath. This way you can save a lot of glitter. I'm just going to go ahead and put my bear down on a clean piece of paper. And just go ahead and empty the glitter onto another one. And that should be, seeing both sides are glittered now. It shouldn't have any glue residue, and then that can be my blue one if I make more decorations or not. And there we go. And that's round one. Now you can choose to do it once. I mean, it'll stick once. I mean, I don't know if you see that. But I found out if you do it twice, it actually turns out a lot better. It gives it the glitter a little more dimension. Now, when I go to hang these, what I do is I just take a hanger, I invert it on the bottom, and then I'll just go ahead and take an edge and just take the hook and wrap it up around there and just let it dry. I would let it dry probably about 15-20 minutes until the glue's dry. Redo again, and then go ahead and take a blue ribbon like we have here. Just go ahead, place it around, tie a knot, and then you can hang it up. How are we looking over there?
We're all set.
Good. So we're going to go ahead, let these dry, and then we're going to do another one. But thank you for joining us at the Basics, and thank you. Congratulations on the book.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Bye.